everybody? What up, what up? Happy Saturday. Alright, y'all. Wow. Yesterday was crazy. How's everybody doing tonight? We got a whole bunch of stuff. So, this is what everything looks like. 10 nails. Part 4. If you don't know what I'm talking about, part 1, 2, and 3 is before this one. So make sure you check those out so that we know everything that's going on. But, so these are the colors. You guys wanted bling. So I got these, which are the mochas. And then I have the bright ones because I feel like they're going to go really nice. These are the set. This one's my favorite. I really like that one. Look at this. Hi, Glam. Look at this moon. Should we be gaudy and just put this on this one? Oh. Look at that moon. What if we made it a spinner? Look at that. I got this in, like, a kit of some sort for, what do you want to call it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was it? Slime. I don't know. What do you think? But I picked those out. I don't know. But, like, I was like, do we just put a bunch on here? Do we leave them? And then I pulled the stars and the moons, too. And then I pulled, like, stars and moons for those. And, like, planets and stuff. Hey, people! But, yeah, I was like, oh, I wonder if we should make that a spinner. Just to be good. Just because. Just go over the top. And then I have, like, these little moons and stars, too, that glow in the dark. So I guess we could put glow in the dark stuff on the ones that don't glow in the dark. Which are these, and these all glow in the dark. Hi, Candy. So that is where I'm at the current moment. And let's see. I was thinking I had other stars. I do. Right here. Oh, you can't even see. Anyway. I just picked those so that way we have, like, just different things we could put on there, I guess. I don't know, y'all. But I'm going to set you guys up here. Thanks for coming. Hi, Contra. Hi, babe. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. Shout out to all of you. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. Look at these nails. Are you guys excited to see what they look like? I'm very excited. Last night, though, I did realize that I was kind of down in this far corner. So, please, if that happens, everybody, yell at me in shouty caps, okay? Just yell at me in shouty caps, please. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whatever you choose is going to turn out awesome. I love you. But I was like, I didn't know if it needed more, less, gaudy, who knows? I didn't know. But we have the crazy top, and then we have Zulay's top coat, picker, brush, light, all of the things. We're going to use these. And then I have my Melody Susie just because, but we're going to hop right into it. I don't remember exactly where I was at in my story. I just want to preface this by saying, I am all over the place, everybody, okay? My brain goes 500 million directions all at one time. So, when I'm telling a story, I'll, like, go back and come back to this part and go back to that part. And if I do that and you don't really understand, that's okay. Just let me know. Just hang on for the ride, y'all. This is literally just how my brain is right now. Thanks for coming to hang out with me to finish the set, guys. I have a window. I have a window. 2 hours max, but so I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I possibly can. My brain is just like, but yeah, when, like, I'm talking about stuff, I get so, like, anxiety ridden, right? But at the same time, it feels good to talk about it. But then again, it's like, you know. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't do this. Now, these are really, really nice. They didn't crystallize, so we're good on that. So, we're going to take them off the thingamajigger bobber because I don't want anything to happen. And we're going to do this hand file real quick and then do what we got to do. Shouldn't take us long. We don't need to file a bunch. But yeah, I just wanted to preface all that because sometimes I can get a little confusing, okay? So it's like, and then sometimes I'll forget things and they'll come back to me after the fact and I'm like, damn it, why didn't I say that? Why didn't, you know? So just know that, like, I'm not perfect when it comes to things, and just know I'm just grateful to be here just to even be able to say something. So right now we're going to finish file all of these. Make sure we get them nice, straight, and flat. And then put all of our embellishments and top coat and all the beautifulness. Yeah. See, one thing, you'll be able to tell how much you have on your nail at the end of your nail, whether you have more on this side or that side. Or just give it a good rundown. But for the most part, we don't really need to do a lot. Just gonna go over it. But yeah, the main thing, I didn't even get up to like the main point of my channel, but I had to tell you guys that far in order to do what I'm doing. I do not sell them. I just make them. But thank you. These are full acrylic. This is a full acrylic set. This is my first full acrylic set ever on my channel. I've done, like, you know, a full set. Like, I consider 5 nails a full set because, you know what I mean? I'm used to wearing different sets on each hand or whatever. But we're going to take the coarse side and we're going to go over this whole thing all the way down the side. And I know that, like, some people just don't like when you're talking about what you're doing. They just want you to talk about other stuff. But I feel like sometimes new people come in, they don't know what you're doing. So I'm like, do I explain what I'm doing so, like, people know? Or do I not and just whatever? So it's like, I'm going to do whatever the hell whatever I want to do on my channel. And listen, if y'all don't like it, that's okay. If you don't want to listen to a story, that's okay too. You can always mute it and watch it from there. I would hope that you would want to listen, but if not, that's okay too. But I'm going to do what I am going to do, and you want to be a part of it, great. That's awesome. Just know, make sure to like and subscribe for all the things. Vivian, hello. Thank you. I don't do clients either. Hi, Annabelle. Colony, Vivian, Batty, Wings of Fire, hello. I don't do clients, guys. I literally, this is my job, but I'm just an enthusiast. I just love nails. This is my passion. I love it. And story time will be happening in a minute. We did these all on live, so you guys will be able to see the entire process come to life if you watch part 1, 2, and 3. Part 3 is when I start going on in the story time, but part 1 and 2 is just making these. So, thank you for the floating heart. Hi, love. Hi, Sheila. Alright. So you want to make sure you don't have any bumps. So you want to look from this side to this side, down this way, and this way. So that way it's a little bit even. Now you can go over it with your e-file. However, if there's not a lot on there and you did pretty good job capping your press-ons, look at that. You won't have a crap ton, okay? I'm going to go and bring this down just a hair. Now, you don't want to swing this in too much, but nice. So my apex was actually okay. It was pretty nice. It's more up here. It needs to be a little bit down further, like right here where the end of your nail actually sits. But for the most part, I think we did great. Not a bunch on the bottom end here either. Nice. Thank you, Natalie. I like the laughing disco. It's so pretty. Okay. We need to flatten this out a little bit. That way we don't have a hump. Nice. Is it Milo? Hello. Unknown Viper. What up? What up, everybody? Alright, this is just a buffer. We're just going to buff this guy really quick. This just helps make it smooth. And then these also glow in the dark. Well, the marbled ones glow in the dark. The marble nails are my favorite. Alright. So you really want to make sure we're going to come down and make sure this is straight. Nice. Beautimous. Want that nice crispy line all the way down. Thank you. And Marie, hello. Welcome, everybody. Oh, thank you so much. I love the nails. Thanks. How's everybody's night going? So I am like basically story time about how I even came to start my channel. And if you guys are down for it, let me know. Nice. Make that nice and smooth. Beautiful. Aw, thank you. I am actually, now that you guys are all here. Okay, basically you don't want to fill any bumps. You want that to be super smooth. So if it's not in certain places, just make sure you're smoothing that out and rounding it out as you're going down the nail. Because for the most part, a lot of the wobbly parts on the nail on the sides usually happen. So you just kind of go like this and round them out. And it'll help. Got it. All right, we got that one. I got this. And I'm not even using it. Whoop! All right. So my story's a little, you know, cray-cray, but for the most part, thank you. Zoomed in? Hello. How do you do the glitter stuff? It is acrylic, so it's wet when I do it. It's called ACRYLIC Nails. And you have to have a powder and a liquid that makes it melt together. And then you add it on the nail and kind of just becomes this. Alright. I'm trying to figure out how to do this one by one. I guess I'm just going to put it on here and we'll get them all together. And then instead of like, yeah. Alright. I'm going to turn this on low, okay? Is that too loud? Andrea, Jessica, Heather, Mandy, Michaela, hello. Alright, with acrylic, you're going to want to make sure you have a nice coarse file and a fine at the same time. Right now, we're just filing, and this is my process, but I'm also going to start telling my story, I guess. Well, it's actually the second part of the story, so you'd have to go back and watch part 3 to know. And it's about halfway through before I even start talking about it. But if you are new here, my name is Sugar. It's nice to meet you guys. I do crazy nails, and this is my channel. And my first time doing 10 nails at once that are acrylic. Kim Moss, hello. Cat's Eye, hi. Thank you. You're 10, you do nails, that's great. We typically, I mean, everybody's welcome, but this usually isn't channel. But just for everybody's sake. Can you guys still hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Pixie Plays, hi. Inosu, hello. Amy, hello. Oh, the big duck. That's funny. Hello, everybody. These are custom press-on nails. They are full acrylic nails. And I'm a nail enthusiast. I'm not a nail tech, everybody. I just do this because I love it. So come hang with me. Right now we are finished filing all 10 nails. And also, when you have a glitter nail that's clear, get all of this from the underside or you'll see it through the other side and it's not going to look pretty. You want it straight? Look at that. A little bit here. Nice. I will be putting these on. Nice. Okay, so a little bit needs to come down here. Like I said, you don't want a big old hump when you go to put this on your nail, right? Ooh, this one sort of, sort of, that's gonna suck. Alright, well that one kind of shrunk a little bit, but nothing I can do about it. Sometimes some of these will shrink, and, yeah. Especially if you have a bunch on the inside here. That's why you always want to try and clean it out. Alright. I'm going to go down the side, bring that side in, make it nice and crispy. How old am I? I don't usually tell my age, but I'm 29 forever. Put it that way. I am 29 forever. No, that's really not my age. I don't usually tell my age on here, guys, but just know I am old enough. How's everybody's day? Thanks for coming to hang out with me. Now, I can feel... Nice. Alright. Yes, they are. My name is Sugar. How are you? Now, I won't have to do a lot of filing. I'm just kind of shaping it really nicely. Just make sure it's straight. Nice. Beautiful. I'm gonna bring this guy in a little. You don't want to bring up here in too far. They won't fit right. Nice. Thank you. Just wait till we put that top coat on. Woo! But yeah, I am a nail enthusiast, guys, so I don't do other people's nails. I just never, it's just not my thing, doing other people's nails. These are press-ons, and I just started doing like actual press-ons this year, but I only make them for myself. Have you guys ever done nails? This is just making the surface really soft and taking out any etches I have in there. Anything interesting happen today? Anybody have any jokes? Dad jokes are very funny. Nice, got that. Had a little bit more on this side. It's perfect now. Kelly Booker, hello. That's great. Why do you have to file so much? Well, I'm not really filing all that much, but I am one that has to kind of be perfect, I guess. I don't just file and then throw it down and, you know. That is just how my brain works, everybody. We're going to get the bottom side. Nice. Alright. Next one. Here's this one. Now, this is how I file. Y'all don't have to file like this, but I don't end up filing one side or the other when I do it like this. It files at the same rate. Is it Nathaniel? I'm gonna mess your name up. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Imagine. Zion. What up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? I just asked that, I know, but what's your favorite color? Put your favorite emoji color in the chat. I want to see those colors pop up in the chat. Just curious of what your guys' favorite colors are. So throw some emojis in the chat of your favorite color. How many nails do you need to file now? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. But they're not, I don't have a lot on them, so I don't have, it's not going to take me long to file them. Okay, we're going to go straight. What you do to one side, do to the other side, guys. Yeah, that's even on your actual regular nails as well. Whew. These are very slippery too, by the way. Favorite color is blue? Nice. Hi, Debbie. Meek. Coda. Right, we're just straightening this out so it's nice and straight underneath. And then sometimes it does that. Nice. Alright, we're going to straighten these bad boys out. These are 5XL, by the way. Nice. I'm gonna go around the entire thing. I'm trying to remember, but just a disclaimer for everybody when I'm talking and stuff, like when I'm telling anything about me or whatever, my brain goes 5,000 miles a minute, okay? I'll talk about one thing, and in the middle of that, I'll think about it and start talking about something else. So if you get confused, it's okay. Okay? It's just how it is. So, don't be afraid to ask questions. Alright, we have to round this out just a little bit, not too much, because I have square nail beds, so I can't really round them out too much. Nice. Each one, we're going to make sure it is nice and clean underneath, which typically, as you can see, I don't have a lot under there, but there are some, and these are clear, kind of clearish glitter nails, so you always have to be careful. Hi, Avery. They're not for sale. Hi, Karina. I could just feel some lumps up here. Nice. I am a nail enthusiast, guys. I don't sell my nails, maybe in the future, but I just do it for me. Just as a creative outlet. Typically, I don't usually need to use my e-file, and it really just depends on the nail itself. Nice. Alright. Hi, Lillian. 40 Boy. Home Center. Nice. Okay. Thank you. We have a whole set, guys. An entire set of 10 nails. I want to shout out to all my ladies in here as well. Thank you, ladies, for being here. John, Archie? Lilia? Is it Lilia? Lila? Good night. Have a great sleep. Rest wherever you are. What time is it for you guys? Where you guys are at? Where are you guys watching from? Our ladies in chat. They are awesome, guys, so if you have any questions, they will surely help out. Now, I hand file because I have more control over what I'm doing. So, I just do what I do. Really not a rhyme or reason to what I do. Just do it. And I taught myself how to do everything. And for the most part, we're going to take this down. Nice. All right. All this is doing is making this really nice and soft. Boom. All right. Woo! I'll clean them off in a second. Okay, that one's not going to stick for some reason. Alright, well, we'll have to fix that one. I'll just set it on there so I know where it goes. Holy shnikes, what up? I remember you. Destiny, hi. Hi, chat. Kaylee's older sister. Are you going to wear that? Yes, I am. Lon Pal, hello. Live Dancing, hello. Julie Ross. Hey, just joined. Hello, I am, right now I made 10 acrylic press-on nails. They're like galaxy glittery nails. And there's a part 1, part 2, and part 3. This one we're finished filing, putting our top coat on, and I'll be kind of telling my story as well. See all that that's inside there? Makes it look funky. I'm not a nail enthusiast, guys. Or, not a nail enthusiast. I'm not a, just a nail artist, nail enthusiast. And I've been on YouTube for 4 years? Yeah. And I really just started getting into new things and doing different things about last year and this year. So, for the most part, I love every bit of it though. Love it all. Alright, we're gonna clean this out, make it look nice and flat and sharp. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, we do all kinds of nails. I always ask my audience to help too. Hi, Cola! How's everybody? There's some kind of crystallized a little bit. That was weird. Alright, we're gonna straighten this out. Alright, so this one has a lot of clear on it for whatever reason, so I'm gonna break it down. Yeah, there we go. But once you guys see the top coat on this, oh my Lanta. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna take this down. I'm excited to see just like the sparkle in it though. And just so you guys know, these ones that are marbled glow in the dark. Okay, I'm gonna go side to side. So, Cola, I wanted to shout out my lovely sister, Miss Cola, which is Golden Phoenix Nails, in the chat. Make sure you guys go check her channel out. She's great. But I want to shout out Cola because she has been just absolutely amazing. And Cola, I just want to tell you, I know, and thank you for everything, babe. You are the best. Glam Dragon Nails. I have my mods, guys. All these ladies have channels, okay? There are also other ladies in here that have channels too, so if you love nails, go check everybody out. Everybody does a wide range of different things, so go check them out. I feel like you're gonna love them. So I'm doing a little bit of resin too. And Glam Dragon Nails, go check her out. Conjure Up Nails. She is a amazing badass artist. Nail artist. She does character nails. She does a lot of stuff, you guys. I love her so much. These ladies have done so much for me. And they've been just absolutely an amazing part of last year and every year. And so, yeah, they deserve all the love, guys. I mean, these ladies took me in and, like, not really took me in, but, like, loved me for me, you know? That's something that is quite amazing. Okay, I'm trying not to nitpick here. Okay. I am a perfect person that likes to faff, and faffing just means I keep obsessing over certain areas of my nail. So I just want to make sure she's straight. And a shout out to my members too, because y'all are amazing. Hi, Karina. And Mabel, we love you. We love you. Love you. Love you too. Karina has a channel. Mabel has a channel. There's a lot of ladies in here. Hi, Artemis. Candy. Hi, Cancy. We all get to sparkle every once in a while, right? That's how I feel anyway. But, like, I want my channel to be, like, even if you don't do nails, I still want you to be here and enjoy, like, the process, or, you know. Okay, we have a little hump right here. Ah! Nice. We want it to come down at a slope, and we don't want big humps at the end here. Nice. Alright. Feel like a little bit right here that needs to be. I think everybody gives a little bit of themselves to everyone, you know? And, like, I think that's kind of cool. Sometimes in bad ways, most of the time in a lot of good ways, which is nice. Alright, I'm trying to think of where I left off yesterday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just telling how I came to start my YouTube channel and how I am here today with you guys. So, kind of a hard story, but I'm gonna try. It's not really hard, it's just hard to talk about. Here, it looks fine. I have like a hump right there. Now this is how I'm going to get it to get that bump out of there. Ta-da! When in doubt, use your e-file, guys. I just like to hand file because it's easier for me. Okay, you don't want to take too much off though. Whew. Okay. Aw, thanks, love. Hi, Zero Rose. Dragonflower! Hello! Okay, we're gonna see how thick this one actually is. Alright, so we're gonna have to bring this in a little bit. It's the only thing about doing press-ons kinda that I don't like is having to bring in this part of my nail without it actually being on my nail. So I think to me that's like the hardest part because you don't want it to be like super freaking thick and big around the cuticle area. And even though it's not, it kind of is once it sits on your hand. Nice. All right. So basically, long story short, I messed up my life. I don't need to go through the whole thing again. And if you want to, you can go check out part 2. Part 2, we did this secondary set on this side over here. We created that set, created another acrylic color, and then, yeah, I talked like about my story. But for the most part, I'm just gonna say, long story short, I messed up my life with DRUGS's, and now I'm here. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm just getting this excess out. Now you want to be careful because you don't want to cut this length off. I'm just getting that excess out from the inside. Now these, you don't really have to do this, but I do it because it just makes it look nicer. And you have to make sure you get this out or it won't sit right on your hand. Any extra bits inside here will not sit on your hand the way it needs to. If there's any extra acrylic. Alrighty. Yeah, she should. Hi, Nelly. Hi, Alyssa. I'm generally asking questions. Yeah, you can ask questions. Just make sure, you know, they're respectful. We don't mind questions, guys. You can ask any questions. We just like that. We just ask that you guys be respectful, okay? Come hang and chill. But yes, I messed up my life, and I ended up, you know, doing all the things, and I did it myself, right? And so I worked hard, and that was back in 2013. So I got clean in March of 2013, guys. March of 2013. Isn't that crazy? That's how long it's been. 2013 and now. I've never relapsed. Okay. I've actually done I'm actually quite proud of myself because it's really hard to get off stuff nowadays. But all right, there's that one. So yeah, I mean, it's been since 2013, but in 2013, I was able to get clean, and it was a hell of a ride, I will say. It was kind of crazy. Didn't even know how things were going to go, but I just know I wanted to not deal with that kind of stuff anymore. I would always look at families and just look at them and be like, man, I wish I could be normal. You know? But at the same time, right? For the most part. Okay, these are not sticking at all anymore for some reason. But so I've been clean since 2013. Both me and my husband have. And which is a long time now that I think about it, like a super long time. And I think for me, I don't know. Like, you know, when you're looking at people, you're like, man, I wish I could do that too. And then it's like, psh. But you have to, like, not have a negative attitude. You got to kind of get that fire up under your butt so that way your entire body is ready to do it, you know? Like, you have to want to do it yourself because nobody else is going to be able to help you do it if you don't want to do it yourself. And that's like for real, like, that is legit. Nobody can help you but you when it comes to getting clean off of anything. Doesn't matter if it's gambling or whatever it may be. Because if I didn't want it for myself, it wouldn't have worked. It would have never worked if I didn't want it for myself. And I think that's the thing, like, a lot of people don't understand that. But you have to want to get clean. As scary as it is, you definitely will have a much better life. It's going to be a hard one, but you can make it better. You can absolutely make it better. 1000%. Because Because only you can do it, you know. You're the only one that can do it, make it better. Because I've watched a lot of people die around me. And I didn't want that to be me. At that point, you know what I mean? Ow! But I wasn't in no trouble or anything like that either. I just wanted to be normal. And normal's cliche word because I hate that. I don't want to be normal. I'm different. And I think for me, I had to come to terms with the fact that I was different and that was okay. You know what I mean? But I still struggled with it even down the road in terms of like self-sabotage and stuff. That you even have to like be in the right frame of mindset too. Sorry guys, this had a lot inside. But if I didn't get clean though, I don't think my husband would have. So it took me getting clean. And we both did it together. Which was amazing. Shit, I just shaved that whole side off. Look at that. Dang it. Whoa, it's going so fast. No, Crazy Mama, hi! Shirley, hello! It's definitely a life journey, that's for sure, guys. I think for me, it was more or less just, even though I was like scared, I was so ready. It didn't come with it, you know. It wasn't exactly easy either. Because, you know, after that, your family is like, it takes a long time for them to get trust back up with you, you know what I mean? And so, I think for me, it was more or less, I really wanted to not have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? Not have to worry about being in trouble. Not have to worry about doing this and that. And da-da-da. And so, I did everything I possibly could. And it was hard. It was freaking hard. It was not a walk in the park at all. However, I got clean, and then in 2015, I ended up getting my house. I got my own place. I've always had my own place, but once everything started getting crazy, you know, I kind of had to pull back and move in with my mom, and you know what I mean? Shit happens, man. Don't be ashamed, guys. I think for most of us, it's a lesson. It's a lesson that we had to learn, right? So I know there's like people want us to feel ashamed about our past or whatever we did before, but as long as you've changed, that's literally all that matters, is if you change for the better and you try to be a better person each and every single day. At least that's how I feel. But like, I tend to go, like I said in the beginning, I'll talk about something and I'll go to something else and my brain's going 500 million miles. You know what I mean? So bear with me, guys, because, oh yeah, that's much perfect. It's just how my brain is, especially after being in menopause, y'all, for so long. But once we got our house, it was amazing. I was so ecstatic because we worked really hard to get our house. For years, worked our asses off to get our house. So I'm going to shorten this down just so that's, you know what I mean. And like, it's not like you know, I never wanted people to like give me props or, you know, any of that bullshit, because I didn't need it. I just didn't go to AA or any of that stuff. Like, I went to see what it was about, but it just wasn't for me because I don't feel that I am an addict, right? I'm not anymore and haven't been for 13 years. I mean, anybody can fall off the wagon, right? But I just don't put myself in those situations. So for me, it doesn't affect me like some people, because I will never put myself in a situation. But like drinking, to me, I don't drink, so it doesn't bother me. So like, I don't have a problem with drinking, but I also don't have a problem with doing the other stuff either, because I wouldn't want to touch anything today. And today's world is not like when I was in it and doing it. It's nothing like it at all, which is scary. And if you are on it and stuff, just please know you're not alone. There are things out there to help, but for the most part, you have to want to get clean. You have to want to do it. You can't expect anybody else other than yourself to do it, guys. So keep that in mind. But just know you can do it. Okay, I have a little wobble thing right here. Nice. Now this corner is a little bit messed up, but I'm not really going to worry about it. It's not that bad. I took most of it off, so. But I think it was a huge stepping stone, because I really didn't think I could do it at first. I was like, okay, I'm doing this regardless. It's happening. It's happening. It's a big journey. It's a big journey. Huge journey, actually. And it's a pivotal moment in a lot of our lives when we mess up like that. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, we don't want to end up on the streets. We don't want to end up by ourselves. We don't want to. And even when things happen along the way, I feel like a lot of the things are things being taken out of your life to make your life better, to make room for the things that are actually supposed to be in your life, to make your life beautiful. And, you know, obviously life's not always beautiful, but if you can take that gratitude, and even though you're having a bad day, take that gratitude and just like be grateful for anything. Take one thing that isn't a bad thing that happened, because I'm sure at least out of some part of your day there was something good that happened. Maybe, you know what I mean, you got your dishes done. That's an accomplishment. Maybe because some people can't even get out of bed to do dishes or be themselves or take a shower or whatever, right? But it all starts in our mind. It's our mind. It's our ego, guys. I firmly believe it's our ego most of the time, especially when it comes to like depression and anxiety and stuff like that, right? Like we can control that. We can control that. All of us can. And I firmly believe that we can. Okay, we're just taking down that side. I mean, everybody's life is going to always be different. No one person is going to have the same life. We're here and we're all made different for a reason. Right? For a freaking reason, guys. Who wants to be like everybody else? Not me. Right? Not me. Hell to the no-no. I'll look at the chat in just a bit, guys. But like, if I can do it and I'm sitting at this table right now, y'all can do it too. Y'all can absolutely do it. And like, sometimes okay, make sure you're looking down the edge of your nails, guys. Kind of took that side off, but that's alright. Make sure it's not lumpy and bumpy. Nice. Alright. Okay. Hi, Millie Jones. Hello, everybody. If you guys don't know, I am talking about how I came to make my YouTube, how I did my channel and all that good stuff, and how I got here. And I'm just basically talking about how it led me here. Alright. 5 more to go. Crap. Got this sticky thing on here. Right now we're just filing and all of that good stuff, and then we'll put our top coat on and do everything that we need to do. Alright, I think I'm going to use that. But it was so nice, like, being able to walk into my house and, like, finally have my own place. And when you walk in there, it makes you realize none of it was for nothing. It was all for something, right? So in 2015, I worked, and me and my husband both worked for a really long time. Like, I'm talking 2-3 good years straight, like 12-hour days, you know, the factory life, which I was fine with. I'm used to working. But, you know, we did what we did, made our money, made sure our kids were good, and I ended up was able to buy my first car. My first ever car myself with my own money, which is great. It was like, holy crap, I'm doing this. Because I never had a car, because my dad was a joke at that time. And, yeah, so it was pretty cool. But, for the most part, in that point in time, I would be watching YouTube, and I always did my own nails, but I used regular gel, geez, I didn't even know what gel was, really. At that time, in 2015, I kind of did, but I didn't. You know, I never, like, paid attention to gel, but I always did my own nails. But, like, I always did regular, polish and glitter. And that's kind of where my name came from. My daughter actually named me when she was 4 years old. It's crazy she was 4. About 4 to 5. She's the one that gave me my name. But I would literally watch YouTube religiously. And I would watch the nail girlies. I would watch Glitter Planet, Eevee. There's a couple of them that aren't on anymore that I used to watch. And I was always like, man, I want to do that. Like, I know I could do that. But I had bigger things that I needed to take care of and do before I could do any of that. You know what I mean? You want to do it stuff, but you have to consider, like, everything that's going on in your life in order to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And so I worked way too much to be able to do any of it. But I made my channel all the way back in 2013, guys, when I got clean. And I put one video out, and it was, like, super bad, and it was about a rainbow. And I just felt like at the time that was, like, perfect for me at that time. If that makes sense. I just, like, done my nails. I was excited, you know, and didn't think anything of it, really. I'm like, I can do this, but then I was like, no, I can't. You know, you go back and forth with yourself a lot on things, you know what I mean? So on my thing, it'll say that I've been on for this many years, but technically I didn't start posting or doing anything to my channel until 2022. I started out on IG, and then somebody was like, you need to make a channel. Oh, actually it was Nail Crazy Mama. She was like, you need to make a channel ASAP, and I was like, what? I was like, I don't know if I can do that, but I did, and here I am, you know, and I've been going ever since. I have literally been going ever since. I haven't stopped. I've taken a little mini break in between certain things that have happened, but excuse me, for the most part, yeah, it's been crazy, but I wouldn't change it for anything, because I feel like everything, the lessons and everything that we go through is part of what shapes us throughout, right? Like, it literally shapes us for what's to come, what we need to do throughout, you know what I mean? But honestly, there are some people in certain situations and some things that are okay to take out of your life and to not be a part of. Don't be afraid to put boundaries up and say no. Do not be afraid to say, no, I don't like that. Or, no, that's not cool because that's not fair to me. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street here. So don't be scared to put your boundaries up, because I was, and I never put boundaries up ever. You know what I mean? Don't let people bully you. Don't let people, you know, don't be naive to where you're like making excuses for other people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because once you realize that none of it matters in terms of like, you know, like parasocial relationships. Of course, some, you know, matter to a point, but you have to be careful with these parasocial relationships, guys, okay? It really just depends. If you find genuine, true people, that's amazing. That's like one of the best gifts that my channel has brought, is finding some of the coolest people that have helped bring out so much of like things that I didn't even know I had. Things that I didn't even know I could do, but I wanted to do, right? So, but I made my channel and didn't do anything with it until 2022, and by that time I had a really good job, worked at Honda, both me and my husband, and we got another new place, brand new. And I was like, oh my God, we did it. Like, you know what I mean? And it was great. It was like things were coming together. And so I started out with dip powder. Like, I started out with regular polish and glitter. Did that. That's where I came up with my name from my daughter. And so people just call me Sugar now because it's just easier, which is fine. I don't mind. I actually prefer it. I'm actually making my license plate into that, guys. I have to go get my new plates, so I'm gonna make it into something with my channel name. It's gonna be cool. But I mean, I'm not gonna tell you my license plate number, but I'm just gonna tell you that. But you know, at the same time, it's like you have to go through certain situations that's going to shape your channel or not shape your channel. Really just depends, honestly. Depends on if you want to do better, you know. I mean, listen, I'm not the same person I was when I first started this gig. I didn't think anything was ever going to come of it. It was just a hobby at that time to keep my mind. I needed an outlet, you know what I mean, for like all these like creations I had in my head that I'm like never thought I would ever do. And so I didn't expect it to go anywhere. I didn't expect anybody to watch. It was kind of like a diary of what I was doing. And then I got like my first couple subscribers and I was like, oh my God. And none of my family knew. I didn't tell anybody. The only people in my family that knew I had YouTube was my husband and my kids. Because I never would tell anybody about it. Never. I don't know why. I just didn't. And, you know, there's people that are still here to this day that have been with me through this entire process. And I'm going to name those 3 people. Okay? We have Conjure Up Nails. But I didn't meet Conjure Up Nails until like a year into my journey, but she's been here ever since. And the main person was Nail Crazy Mama, was the first. She has seen everything that I've gone through. She has seen kinds of different sides of things, yada yada, whatever. And then Nelly, Nails by Nelly, she's been here the entire time as well. And they have never left my side. They always tell me like the truth. And you know, it's just been one of them things where, gosh, am I grateful. Like it's been crazy. The journey's been crazy, but I will never want to change it. Never, because I feel like each journey is unique to each one of us, and we kind of need that. You know what I'm saying? We need that to be better. We need certain instances, like we need to step back and say, okay, what could I have done better? What could I have said better? Okay, I didn't say that, but here's what I'm going to do for the future, or here's what I'm not going to do in the future, or, you know, shit like that. And trust me, YouTube will kick you in your ass, okay? YouTube will exactly show you things that, I don't know, it will kick you down sometimes, okay? And that's no joke, it really will. It really will. There we go. Which isn't a bad thing, but, you know, you don't really know what's happening until it happens, right? But if it wasn't for a certain amount of people on here, it's crazy. And I've had a lot of people that have been here since the beginning, that have watched me since the beginning, because one of my first 50 subscribers was Amber Dips a Lot, and she was amazing. She was amazing. And me and her became really, really, really close. She's absolute amazing. She does dip powder, guys. She's on IG. She does have a YouTube channel. She does a lot of stamping, too. But for the most part, anyway, I'm getting off track here. Like I said, I get off track. It's just what happens. But for the most part, it was like crazy that I got a new place, and you know what I mean? Now I'm on YouTube and I'm on IG and I'm doing these nail sets, and I'm just, it's crazy. Going from being an addict to, you know, losing everything in my life, to rebuilding it from literal scratch. And I mean from scratch. I had no car, no home, no nothing. It's crazy. you know what I mean? And I did it myself. Like, I did that. Me. It's a huge accomplishment. And it does feel great, but it is hard as hell. So please, do not start doing drugs, guys. Please. Especially in this day and age. Nah, dude, don't touch them. That's what they want, right? So, please, for the love of God, take it from somebody who's been down that route and don't do it, because it is not worth it. You can still feel good, you know, if you're missing that feeling or whatever. You know, like, do everything you got to do. Try to find things that are going to help you, your body, or whatever, right? Like, I know I have some young people in here and stuff, so I'm trying to keep it a little, you know, a little not so like how I did yesterday. But for the most part, you know, I literally, let's see. So that was 2021. And the reason why even, like, before I started my channel, I ended up getting my nails done. So we're going to backtrack a minute. I ended up getting my nails done at this salon because I moved in a new place, new area. I didn't know anybody or anything like that. And, a year and 10 days. Congrats! Aww. Thanks, Nelly. Alessandra? Hi. Tahari, hi. That's amazing. Congrats. Oh, I love it. That's amazing, guys. That is freaking, that's amazing. And I'm sure I missed a lot of people, and I apologize, guys. Hi, Janice. Hi, Lillian. All right, we only have 3 more left. I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can, but let's get back to the story. If you have any questions, my mods are in there, guys. They can help you guys with any questions. And if you guys have dealt with anything like this and you are celebrating it, I feel like, I think it's cool to keep my date, my clean date, because it just gives me a little bit to look back on. However, I don't dwell on that date, because I don't think it's necessary to throw ourselves back into the past. Because that's all in the past, guys. All of it. Every bit of it's in the past, right? We can't let our past define us in the present. We have to stay in the present to, you know, be here now, right? Because all that's in the past, okay? It's done and over with now. Okay? And, like, I don't feel like I keep the date in there for as, like, a corrupt, you know, just whatever, but I don't dwell on it, because it does end up doing a lot of, sometimes it can do a lot of damage, in terms of keeping that, so some people just don't even do that. But I keep it just for the mere fact of, like, I was given a second chance, and I can't just, I don't know, but anyway, back to what I was saying. For the most part, though, when I moved to this new area, I went to the salon, this new salon I found, and it was like in a house, but it was a business. And I went there and got dip powder, because I was into dip powder at that time. I always used to get acrylic on my nails when I would go, but I was into dip powder at that point. And so I went in, everything was like super clean. It was really, like, you know, it was really nice, actually. It's better than being in like a big salon, so I thought I was good. However, being in a place like that had consequences, because I ended up getting the dip powder and walking out of that place, and I'm serious, 20 minutes later, whatever, my hands were severely broken out, burning, itching, all the things. And at that time, I didn't even know what the heck that stuff was. Like, you know, But I am also, keep in mind, I have lupus and I'm very sensitive. So, yeah. But the fact that she dipped my hand inside the powder, I now know that that's a no-no for me. Instead of pouring it on or whatever. So it was really, really bad. Like, my hands were pussy and bleeding, and I couldn't, it was on fire. It was so bad. I ended up in the ER, the hospital. It was about a week, something like that, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely horrid. And so that is what led me to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my own nails, like, for real, for real. So I ended up going to YouTube University. I studied, I watched, I did everything I possibly could to, like, figure out how to do everything. And I'm still learning, y'all. You know, I am still learning. I am not like a whatever, but I'm okay with that. Right? I don't want to be like anybody else. I am my own person, and I love me, right? Like, I love everything about my brain. I might be an airhead at some points, but I don't care. I don't care. Because I feel like my goofiness is, like, my favorite part about myself, other than my nails and, like, my creative side. And so, after all of that happened, I started looking into different companies and products, and that's where I kind of got into, holy crap, there's a whole world of products out here that I had no freaking clue about. And thus my channel was born, because I was doing really pretty nails, and everybody was like, you gotta do a channel, you just got to. And then after that happened, I was like, screw it, because here's the thing. A lot of the times, like, for me, a lot of the times, like, I held myself back all those years because I was scared. I let fear get in the way of what I actually wanted to try to do. The thing is on certain issues, like certain things, I will jump into it, not know how to do it, figure it out along the way, and go from there. But for some reason, I was like, you know, you have all them, like, thoughts in your head, like, no one's gonna watch me, I'm not gonna be able to do it, you know, like, this stupid ego that gets in our way a lot of the times. But it's just a thought, guys, right? So if we don't allow those thoughts to come to fruition, then we can change a lot of the things that we want to do, right? Like, we can do things without having fear embodying us. And, like, half of the stuff that I do, I didn't know how to do. Just jumped in and did it. And I'm being dead serious on that one. Like, I didn't know how to do acrylic. I didn't know how to do, you know, like, I didn't know the special formulations and blah, 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 and yada, yada. I didn't know how to edit. And I also didn't have people to help me. I didn't have anybody to help me edit. I didn't have anybody to want to help edit. A lot of the people when I first started just wanted to stay, like, they basically kept everything, a lot of the stuff, and it sucked because, yes, you can read or you can watch a lot of, like, YouTube stuff, but it was not, like, what is this one? It was not exactly what you would think. Like, I was naive and thought everybody was nice. I think that was my problem for the majority part. And I tried to just come in. But, you know, we learn. Everybody says things and does things. Everybody grows and learns, gets better, and whatever, right? So, and although I've had some certain issues and stuff that has happened on YouTube. That's okay, right? I don't talk about a lot of stuff, especially me. And that's quite okay. But I just want to do my nails and have fun, and I wanted to bring like goofiness and happiness into with nails. Like, I'm like, why can't we do that with nails and smash them together and have fun with it, right? Like, that's what I wanted to do. And so I started. And now it's been 5 years? No, 4 years. And here I am, guys. I've done a lot. I've tried everything because I just wanted to try everything and anything. And I think that's what my problem was, because I never really talked about like how I was feeling or, you know, certain things like that, because I was like, who's gonna care? But then I was like, no, I want to help people, and the only way I can do that is to tell my experience on things, what I went through and whatnot, you know. And it was kind of hard, but at the same time, I thought, well, if I can get this down, then I will be able to really help somebody or people, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, I'll be able to actually help. Okay, this side kind of comes out a little much, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. But, and you know, for the most part, I always just wanted my stuff to, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be whatever. And I think for like quite a while, I was getting in my head about editing and making things perfect and whatever. And I think I lost myself a lot along that way. I also went through a lot of stuff, but, you know, like I said before, I feel like everything that we go through is a lesson that we were supposed to go through, you know? So, it's just kind of one of them things. But I had found out, you know, like, oh my gosh, I can't use certain products, I can't use this, I can't use that. And then, you know, I went through a lot of watching certain people say products were so good and amazing, and I'm over here like, you're lying, bro. So that's when I really figured out that, like, a lot of things about that whole situation. So a lot of things you won't see me talk about on my channel, because I either A, haven't tried it yet, you know what I mean, and I just want to be able to bring like anything that I've tried, I want to bring to you guys. If I try it and it works for me, then I want to be able to give you that, right? Like, if I love it, like, I want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to just be like, hey, here you go. I've never tried this brand before, but here you go. Buy this. It's not a bad thing, you know, it's just I don't want to do it, you know. And I've been at fault for that, not realizing it at the time, but it's okay. Like, people do what they do, and that's alright. Like, I'm going to do what I do, people do what they do, not a big deal. You just have to be comfortable with yourself, and I was never comfortable with myself. I was very naive, I was very, oh, I can't do this type person. Even though I knew deep down I could, I just wouldn't allow myself to do a lot of it. So it's taken all this time to get to that point. So just know that, guys, okay? Just know that. I mean, I definitely would like to obviously give you guys a good heads up and whatever. But like, there's a lot of products I myself haven't tried. But anyway, that's besides the point. See, I get off track. But yeah, I think somewhere along the line, I lost myself for a long time. Long time, guys. I didn't realize it, and I didn't know exactly what was going on either. But it's kind of crazy because you'll have people that you meet online that are not blood, but they are family by, you know what I mean? They're still family that will check on you before your family will. And that's crazy. You know? It's like, I don't know. It's just crazy, but it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just like, wow. And then, you know, I kind of went through a lot my first 2.5 years. And I almost gave up my channel. Like, I truly almost gave up my channel. I almost said, screw it, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is crazy. This is not how this is supposed to be type deal. You know what I mean? And if I would have allowed that to happen, I would have given up on myself. Something I didn't do even when I got clean. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just in those moments you're like, you don't really think about it, but it doesn't really dawn on you until like way after. You know what I mean? Like with certain things. And then you're like, whoa, what if I did that? Then everything would be, you know what I mean? So I went through this like huge ordeal and it was crazy nonetheless. But, you know, I'm grateful the things happened like they did, because if not, then I don't think I would have learned as much as I did, or go through the things I needed to go through to change the things I needed to change and see the things I needed to see. Even though there were a couple instances in my entire career so far that were just absolutely diabolical and I damn near lost myself over, it showed me a lot about myself that I didn't know I had. And even when I got clean, I didn't know I had them. You know, I had this rah mentality, right? And then there were times that I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. Screw it, I'm done. I'm done. I will see myself out of this world. We'll put it that way. And so, but I couldn't do that. I had my kids, right? But yeah, like my heart gets hurt a lot, but I don't say a lot of things a lot of times about it because there's really no point. But now I know boundaries are good. It's good to have boundaries, guys, okay? It is. It's very good to have boundaries. And like, you know, you don't have to be friends with everybody. You know what I mean? Because if you give all of you to everybody else out there, then you have nothing left for yourself. And I think that was where I made my mistakes, was I was giving all of me to everybody else, but not to myself. And it really messed me up. It really did. It really messed me up. I was like, man, I went through like hardcore, you know, drugs and blah, blah, blah. And this is what's killing me right now? Like, what? You know, so I had to look at it that way. Like, why and for what? And yeah, shit was crazy. But I will say, if I didn't have the people I had, I don't know. I think I would have basically just said screw it and walked away. To be honest with you. And I did it. I made it. We're here. Everything's good. And I'm proud to be here. And I've come a long way from when I first started doing nails. And I've taught myself so much shit. Because, like I said before, there wasn't just somebody out there that was helping. You know, you had to figure it all out for yourself. You had to see what you like and what you didn't like. You had to put yourself inside of this channel that you didn't know if it was going to go anywhere or not. You know what I mean? But sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, y'all, sometimes you lose yourself over the numbers of YouTube. You do. Because you sometimes think, oh, well, the numbers, but at the end of the day, what matters is the fact that you're being you, and you're doing what, you know, because if we constantly cater, yes, it's an algorithm, but I feel like right now people want more honesty. We're tired of that, like, fake influencer life that everybody sees. And so people want authenticity. People want to see, hey, I am not alone. Even though we would say it, right? We wouldn't necessarily, like, really talk about it. But, like, I never really talked about my mentalness. I never talked about a lot of things I was going through because I just felt like it didn't need to be on YouTube, right? I felt like if there was something going on, you know, it can be done not on YouTube to make either party feel a certain way or your family to feel a certain way. Because honestly, it's not for the whole world to figure out for you. It's for, you know, other people to, you and whoever, to figure that out. You know what I mean? Because there are some nasty people in this interwebs. Nasty, nasty people. But all I can say to that is I've met some pretty amazing people. And I can't be more grateful for that, because inevitably this channel and a lot of those people have changed my absolute life in ways that I never thought was possible. Never thought was possible. And I'm dead serious when I'm saying that. Like, and you know, I've lost out on a lot of time. I've you know, it's kind of crazy to explain, but I just, you know, you don't have to love everybody, but I would just tell people, like, just bless them. Bless them. As long as you do your part, all that matters, dude. It's literally all that matters. And you don't have to forgive anybody if you don't want to. You don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. If something happened, right, at any point in your life, and you're just, you know, whatever, you don't want to deal with it, or you don't want to, you know, how do I want to say that? Just know you don't have to do what anybody says. You can do what you say. You can do what you want. But just because certain people want you to do things, you don't have to do them. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy and do what's best for you. Because if you live your life for everybody else outside of here, then you're not going to get anywhere. It's all going to be a lie. And that is what I've come to realize in these last few years. And I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I want to be a goofball. I want to do all kinds of creative things, and just, because creativeness is my outlet, you know? And after, in December of 2023, going into 2024, 2024, sorry. I was so sick, you guys. Hi! Oh, sorry. Hi, everybody. I was, yeah, in the middle of talking, guys. Sorry about that. What did you say? Hold on. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello. Gel glue and blue light nails. Sometimes the glue, like, feels hot on my nail. I have 3, and you can't have that outlook. Yes. Yeah, sometimes Gel will do that depending on the gel and how much you have on your nails, guys. Especially top coat or a base coat, any type of clear gel can and will hurt or make it hot and burn your nail. What you want to do is when that happens, put your hand in. If you feel it, bring it out, let it out and cool. Bring it back in for a little bit. Typically, you want to keep your hand in there so it fully cures. You don't want to go out and in, out and in, out and in, because it's not fully curing from the time you put it in till the time it ends. So you're kind of breaking that curing system up a little bit. So when you break that up like that, it kind of gives it, how do I want to explain that? Like it's, crap. However, some of mine do that too, but it just depends on the brand, if you know what I mean, and what's in the brand or the gel, what type of function the gel is. So if it's a builder gel, if it's a top coat, if it's a base coat, generally top coats will do that. I've heard builder gel do that. I'm not a builder gel girly, so I don't know. Some of these ladies in here, they do builder gel, but I don't. Never got into it myself, to be honest, but all right. And the reason why I do this, like I said earlier, is you want to get that excess out from behind the nail, alright? Especially with a clear nail. One of my pet peeves is seeing all the gunk underneath your nail from where it's all, you know, you didn't clean it out. So, especially right here, you want to make sure you're getting that out, cleaning all that out, or it won't go on the nail, right? Alright, dude. Nice. Typically when I'm talking, guys, I can't answer a lot of questions on the chat. I usually don't do 10 nails. This is my first time doing actual 10 nails. Just so you know. Nice. Alright. But I mean, this nail game's crazy. It really is. It's cool and everything. Don't get me wrong, I love it, and I wouldn't be here without each and every one of you guys. I literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys watching, coming to my lives, wanting to be a part of it, because I wanted my channel to be an interactive channel where everybody was able to participate in the nail designs that I do. You know, so I came up with a nail therapy sesh, like, series, I guess you could say. So, like, just to come on here and just do nails, we don't have to do anything other than talk nail talk whatever. It's literally nail therapy for a reason. You know what I mean? And I love it, and that's why I started it this year. Alright, we have 2 more nails. I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can here. Do I need to use a filter on nail to a filter? Alright, y'all. We're almost done. I'm gonna try to do a little bit thicker of a Alright, we're going to come in with the Zulays, because this will shave it down quite quickly. But I feel like, though, with my channel, I've definitely learned a lot. I definitely didn't know a lot of things, but as long as you want to keep it going and you just do you, be you. If you want to change something, change it. Don't worry about what other people say or want or don't want or whatever. Like, even with life, dude. Like, I love constructive criticisms, because how else are we going to get better if we don't? But at the same time, like, sometimes there are people out there that just want to manipulate people. And you can't help everybody. And that's one thing that I thought I could do, was help everybody. I literally thought I was naive to think that I could help everybody, be there for everybody, give my whole self to everybody besides my own self. And I admit it, I lost myself, and it wasn't cool. It was hard. But you know, I look back and I think, if I didn't have my channel, I wouldn't have met all the cool people I've met. I wouldn't have been able to learn more, grow more, all of the things. And I wanted to make my kids proud. And that was a big deal for me, making my kids proud and wanting them to see that, like, it's possible to mess your life up. Not that I want them to do that, but I've always been, like, that parent that always told my kids exactly what was going on, so they weren't blindsided when things happened. I feel like they need to know, and I know that sometimes kids go through a lot of things even when they're young. And even when they were young, I told them everything that was going on. I didn't sugarcoat it, because I feel like the more we sugarcoat things, the more, like, people get blindsided with certain things, the worse off we are. I mean, that's just me, but I came from a side that people would always sugarcoat everything and not actually tell you the truth. And I was like that too at a point. If I didn't like something, I wasn't going to tell you that. I would just say thank you and move on. And then I would be mad and talk shit about it. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that. I think we all have done that in our lives. Right? And I think for me, like, just being able to, like, show my kids, like, look, like, I can do this. Look what I'm doing. Because typically, they are the ones that I live my life for. And they're growing up now. So I'm glad I have my channel, actually, because I don't know what else I would do, to be honest with you. Like, I literally didn't know myself for a really long time. And I'm not joking either. I didn't know myself. I didn't want to do anything for, like, the longest time. I think losing yourself, if you can sit back and look back on the things that you've done, whatever, and you can, like, look at it and be like, okay, next time, we're not doing this again. Next time, this is the consequences that came from this action, because I was too scared to say something, or I was too scared to bring it up, or whatever, right? And I think we're all scared of judgment with a lot of things and stuff, you know? I mean, that's just life, though. That's like nature, but really, I've learned so much just being here on YouTube, guys. I wouldn't have thought that nails would teach me as much as it has, but it has. It really has. I'm definitely a better person than what I was, you know? I think for me, like, back in 24, back in December around Christmas time, I got really sick. And, I literally almost died. I'm not even kidding. It was bad. I got sick with my kidneys. And I didn't go to the doctor, and I just stayed home thinking I could deal with it. And it was very bad. And so on Christmas Day, I ended up in the ER. And, I was out of YouTube for, I don't even know how long I was out for. But it was absolutely hard. And in that moment, like, everything just kind of flashed before my eyes, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen, you know? Like, they told me if you wouldn't have came in when you did, you would not, you know, you would have died. And I was like, what the shit? So at that moment, like, everything flashed before my eyes, and it took me a while to be able to deal with that, but at the same time, it didn't, because it really showed me, like, a lot. It showed me a lot of things that I was caring about that I didn't need to care about. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? It did not matter one bit. Even though I thought it mattered, it didn't. It was such, like, a small scale. And I think that's part of a lot of things that we go through, you know what I mean, as humans. And I think also there are people out there that don't want you to go through, like, don't want you to gang up in the life or get better in life, don't want you to whatever, because I feel like sometimes people who either bully or go after people or whatever, I feel like they're seeing something that you're doing that they don't have, or that they... Does that make sense? That's all I can think of, that's what that would be. But once everything, like, kind of flashed before me, I was like, no, this is... Nope. And I changed a lot. I was going through a lot. And I also started to become a hermit. I hermited. I really did. I hermited. And I was like, I didn't know what to do with myself. Sadly. It's not that I didn't want to do anything, but it's just one of them things, you know what I'm saying? No. I just made these. I tell you what, my freaking fingers hurt, though. Anyway, I say all that to say, if I can do it, you guys can do it. Okay? And after that year of being sick, went through a lot of battles, challenges, lots of things that we all go through. But I felt like I can get through anything. I would tell myself, you can get through anything if you can be sober and not go back and whatever, and change your life from the ground up, then you can do anything. But sometimes when you're in, like, those rare mental moments, you don't think, you know what I mean? You don't think about that kind of stuff. You just think, no, I can't do this, I can't do it, because we let our thoughts and our whatever kind of get the best of us, you know what I'm saying? And that sucks, but it's the way it is. But, like, as a lot of you know, I don't typically talk about a lot of things, but I think at most I've talked about my cats. Because, you know, they are like my kids too. Alright, these are press-ons, so you have to make sure these are kind of good to go when you go to put these on. So like you want to make sure this is all the same. Okay, that needed to come in. I don't know. I guess all I'm trying to say is don't be scared to do things. If you want to do it, do it. Find a way to do it. Find the way to do it. I mean, I sure have missed a lot of things with my family trying to build up this YouTube channel, but, you know, if I want to keep going with it, it's just how it is. My family understands. They don't care. But that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? It's literally not the point at all. Alright, last one, y'all. Woo, I've never done 10 nails. That's a lot, y'all. Okay, you don't want to take too much down. Hold on, I'll read the chat in just a sec, guys. I just got my... Oh, Lord. I'm not... You're gonna have to go tell your parents about that one. My advice to you, little one, is I wouldn't be saying that stuff here. I mean, that's kind of, like, super personal. I know you're looking for help, but I feel like you need to talk to your mom about it, or your parents about it. Okay? I can help with nails and stuff like that, but I can't help with that stuff. Oh, I gotcha. Brandy, hello. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna bring this in. You have to be careful that you don't take this up too far, and I did. Shit. Oh well. I took that side in way too much. Look at that. Oh well. Anyway, needless to say, I'm here. I'm here, guys. I'm here. I want to grow with you guys. I want to do a lot of crazy things. But I will say, if you want to be a part of the channel, just be respectful, like, subscribe, all the good things if you want to actually learn something. But don't expect me to do things like word for word and this is this and this and this and this and this, because I'm not a nail tech. So I can't physically say, you have to do it this way, this is the way to do it, because I'm never going to do that. So I'll tell you how I'm doing it, right? Or show you how I do it. But for the most part, I'm not going to be whatever. I do know that I am the shit at some nails, but for the most part, I am the shit at nails for myself. Alright, we're going to take this side down. I think a lot of times, a lot of people have helped me grow on here too. Which is pretty cool. But like, I didn't just do this overnight. Like, it's taken a lot of blood, sweat, tears, crying, like, breakdowns behind the scenes. I've even had my fair share of whatever on my lives. We're human. Shit happens. Right? But I don't, like... I mean, that's pretty much how I got to my channel, and... yeah. I've done a lot of stuff with brands. I've got rid of a lot of brands. I've walked away from brands. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. And that's the straight honest truth. Wait, I think I had, like, I was naive enough to be like, I just wanted it to go, things to go smooth and happy and goofy and just fun, and reality is, that doesn't happen. Unless you make that happen that way, right? And, you know, it's not ever a bad thing if you have to walk away from someone or something. It's okay. Especially if you feel like you need to walk away. Walk the hell away from whatever it is that is not making you happy. Do what you gotta do, y'all. Okay? Because if you don't, and the more we, like, allow this stuff to take us away from what we love, that's our own fault. That is literally our own fault, you know? And so, that's how I feel about that. But I think a lot of this has opened me up to, like, things that I didn't think I could do, as most of you guys know. But it also helps me to keep pushing myself and branch out and do different things. Because you never know where it's going to land you, right? And, you know, we can't always help everybody, but at the same time, we can still be kind. We can still say, you can still be respectful, even if you don't, like, care for certain people. You can still be respectful. Say hello. You know what I mean? If you want to. You don't have to. The good thing about all that is, your channel, your whatever, you are you. So you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And if people don't like it and they want to make fun of you for it, oh well, that's them. Because it's their own insecurities that are making them do the things that they do. And that's all I got to say about that. Alright. I literally ran out of clear acrylic last night, so this one doesn't have a lot of acrylic on it. So it's a little bit flimsier than what I wanted, but once we get that top coat on, it'll be fine. Shit, I've been on here for 2 hours already. Hi, Nurse Katie. Alright, guys. Holy crap. This shit's everywhere. Woo! Alright, I have until 9 o'clock, guys, and that's it. So, it took me 2 hours to file 10 nails. My hands are killing me. Look, I even filed my nail all the way down. My skin. Look at that. Woo! Ow. But yeah, I have until 9 o'clock, guys. That is the time. I'm going to take this. We're going to move this. And I mean, when I'm talking about stuff like that, I don't necessarily think about how long it's taken. But sometimes it can take me a long time to do a set, guys. And that's no joke. Whether I have to do it over 5 parts, I can't. Usually, I can do it all in one take, but you're doing 10 nails. If you're doing 10 nails, you will be on live for like 6 hours doing 10 nails, depending on what it is you're doing. Keep that in mind, everybody. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I got all over my desk, you guys. Wow. Okay. We have to clean these off and then put our top coat on. I was going to put the rhinestones and stuff on tonight, but I'm limiting myself to 2 hours on here, or well, till 9 o'clock, so that way other people can go live and all that kind of stuff, because I will still take forever once I put these rhinestones on, so I'll probably have to just go live again. Ah! Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to fold this over so we're not getting a bunch of crap all over us. But I think these are gonna be, oh my gosh, look at that. That is so pretty. That's even pretty matte. You know? That's even pretty matte, guys. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so that one is this hand. You can tell when I had a lot more acrylic for these nails than I did these. You can absolutely tell a difference just by holding them. Ooh, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Hi, Katie. And look, I know some people don't really necessarily like to talk about certain things and blah 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 and yada yada. Well, I felt like for me, I had to tell how I told it, because if all of that didn't happen, I wouldn't even be here right now. I may be here doing something different or something. You know, and I would not have had the same experiences. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just like, that's just like how it is, you know? Oh, that one's pretty. I actually like all the rainbow butterflies in this. But I mean, I hope that at some point, or not at some point, Jesus, I hope that, like, just listening to my story, if you could understand things, if it helps you in anybody in any way, I really hope it does. If not, that's okay too. Because kind of got to do what you got to do, you know? Oh shit. Wait, yeah. I think sometimes we just get a little ahead of ourselves, and then we forget things. Like, we don't think things necessarily will happen the way, you know what I mean? I don't know, I've had my heart broke a lot on here. Like, seriously, like, I'm talking heartbroken. Just, it's crazy. But I don't allow that to, like, hurt me anymore. Not really hurt me, but I don't open my heart up anymore, I guess. It just depends. But look at this. This is my favorite nail. Tell me that isn't cool. Oh gosh, look at that. Could have done better with that. And I feel like every person's going to have a different experience with everybody. And that's legit thing. One person could have a bad experience with somebody, and then another person might not. So always keep that in mind as well. And like, just go based off how they treat you, how people treat you. Oops, it goes down here. You know what I mean? but I feel like my channel has evolved, but I want to take it to like the next level this year, and I want to just hit their ground running and keep going. And for the most part, like I said, I mean, for a lot of the things that I've done, I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for a lot of you guys. So if I didn't have the heart, I wouldn't be able to do this. If I didn't love this, I wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I literally wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have the people I have in my life, my family, my kids, my besties. You know what I mean? Like Nelly. Nelly's been through everything with me. She's literally been through everything with me. Every moment, every cry, every tear, everything from 2022 to now. And so was Conjure for the most part. And, you know, now I have some more ladies, and it's like, holy crap. I'm just so grateful. Just so grateful. Oh my gosh, look at them. Ah! Okay. The problem is, I'm gonna have to do like one by one, guys. Because what happened was, they stopped sticking to those. So, I have some that are already sticky that I'm gonna use. Because they're just already sticky, and that's just the way it's gonna have to be for right now. Just so I can get that top coat on. Oh, shitballs Batman. Okay. Shit, that one's not gonna fit on there. I need one that has sticky thing on it. Oh, that one's not gonna. You need one that's gonna stick well, so it doesn't fall off when it comes to. Oh shit! I think this one's too wide. Eh. You know what? It'll work for now. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna turn my light on. Are you guys ready for this? Hi guys! Thanks for still being here. Alright, here she is. Okay, ready? I feel like I want to... Okay. Oh. I wish you guys could see what this looks like. Oh my gosh. That was well fucking worth it. I know it's kind of hard to see. It's actually well worth every bit of it. Okay, so when we have stuff like this, we have to make sure that we go around the outside edges as well as the inside, guys. See how the inside is? You're not going to be able to see through it very good if you don't. So, and then it just kind of like brings everything together, dude. Now, what I'm going to do is after I put this on, this top coat, And the only reason why I'm doing this right here is because it's see-through. The only problem is the middle of it's going to be a little, whatchamacallit, but oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. All right. Take any excess around that inside. This one's my favorite, guys. Look. But these ones, we don't have to do that. Oh my good God. It literally looks like, look. It literally looks like all this is floating through space. Oh my God. It looks like a milky, it's a galaxy, right? But the stuff is like milky almost, which is what I wanted. So we achieved the milky portion of the nail, guys. Which, hell yeah. This is why I do nails, dude. Look at this. And we have 10 of them. We have fucking 10 of them. Alright, make sure you're sealing in those edges too. Take the excess out. Oh my God, yes. What do you think it's going to look like? I think it's going to look bomb. Oh shit, why did I take that off? Don't mind me, guys. Alright, I'm going to just lather this baby on. And I'm hoping that y'all can just... Sometimes it's hard to see. But like... Oh my God. The clear colors are really cool looking that they transition the way that they do. Tell me, is this your favorite part? What is your favorite part of your, like, the nail process? The colors that you put on? The, okay, we're gonna seal that in. Now, on the clear ones, you have to also make sure that you're, like, getting this part, too, because it's gonna look a little cloudy. So if you keep it thin, like, don't put a lot on there, just run your brush through this. It'll still do what it's got to do, but it won't float a bunch of crap under your nail, but you know what I'm saying? So you can take it off and everything will be great with it. That is awesome. So I'm not putting any more on my brush. Because you really don't need to. You can just spread it in there without adding any, like, crap ton. Oh, that's cool. Now, I will say, with it being matte like that, or, like, instead of it being matte, because with it having something underneath, you can kind of see the colors a little bit better, right? But we're just making sure we get all that excess off. Typically, you want gloves on, guys, but... Oh, you kidding me right now? Oh, shit balls, Batman. Hold up, y'all. I gotta close my computer real quick. I gotta plug in my lamp. It died. I knew I forgot to do something today with plugging my lamp. Okay. Okay. Good grief. I got a glove. Alright. Where am I at? What am I doing? Oh, yeah. So as I take them off, I'm just going to put these on. As I take them off and do them. Okay. So now, this is what it looks like in regular lighting. This one's my favorite. Look at the swirl in that. Oh my god. Now, I'm using the Zulay one because it's so shiny. But yeah, that's basically how my channel came to be, guys. It wasn't like, you know, whatever. Just my story. And I left a lot out because you don't have to tell everything to get to the point. Alright, we're going to take some of that. Oh my god, that is bomb. That is freaking bomb. Would you guys do a whole set of press-ons? 10, like a whole 10-piece set of press-ons like this? Look at that. Look at the shine on that. It's crazy. Okay. This is the purple one. Wasn't sure how this one was exactly going to come out, but it's not bad. I kind of wish I would have added a little bit more purple to it. You know what I mean? Like in the actual powder form. But good grief, thanks for being here, guys. So, I either come on tomorrow and do the freaking rhinestones like y'all wanted me to do, or I don't do them at all. You know? Because I took too long to file, but one thing is, like when you're doing like 10 nails at a time, pace yourself and don't try to go like super fast, because inevitably you could seriously hurt yourself. Please don't spam. Thanks. Alright, let me get this guy. We'll get her put in there, and then yeah. I'm excited, dude. Because I really didn't want to... I wanted to put them on, but I wanted to put them on done. You know what I mean? Oh, that's still pretty. I still like that. Because I have one of my nail girlies is going live, and I'm going to be there, so we can pick this up tomorrow. Either or. What do you mean, like leave it plain and then do it? Or, yeah, like leave it plain, not worry about it. You guys, I don't have, ooh, look at this one. This was the first one I did. I don't have my, I can't see the time, so you guys will have to let me know what time it is. Oh, those look really cool in there. Those little pieces, they literally look like they're floating in the universe. I love it. The whole point of this, too, was just to practice and have therapy, so. And, too, always make sure to clean off your nails like I did with that alcohol, because once you touch it with your fingers, a lot of the times your top coat will kind of spread off because of the oil that's on your fingers. Does that make sense? So I learned that the hard way. Nice. That is so pretty. Yes. Oh, hi. Hi, J-Rob. Hi, Tosh. Hi, babe. How did the feet come out? I tried to watch as long as I could, girl. I tried. Trying to figure out exactly what to do. Glam is going at 9. So give me the time, everybody. I don't want to... What color did you do, Tosh? Thanks for coming. Thanks, J-Rob, for coming. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, everybody, for coming. But that's my story, guys. It was a long 2 hours, but we made it. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm really, like, sealing this in. I like that blue with that pink. It's really pretty. Katie, you'll have to let me know where you got those glitters from, because they are awesome. Oh no, we have a floof. Get out of there. Yeah, I think I could definitely bang these out, and, like, for the most part, like, what I have picked out for these, I think they're really cool. Or I could leave them alone. I didn't think it was going to take me that long. Over 5, almost, you know, if I have to do it again, it'll be 5 episodes worth of content for you guys to watch. You know what I mean? Did I really seriously put that in there? I did. Alright, that's the middle nail. I didn't even do any of these. Oh, you do? Aw. even having panic attacks, I got my acrylic brush sugar for when we start. Yay! Oh, I'm sorry, Tosh. Ooh, I like that pink. It's got like a blue-purple reflect. I don't know if you guys can tell. Can you guys tell the reflect in that? And this just makes it so freaking glossy. If you guys have never tried this top coat, now it is on the thinner side, so that's the only thing that, like, I wish it was thicker, like, Ratty Nail Coat, but I love that it is a chip-resistant yellow whatever, and it's really, really good. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, ma'am. The only thing is, you don't have to do this at the bottom of your nail, you guys. You don't have to at all. Like, I will say, one of the things, I'm not used to being, like, super... How do you want to call that? I don't even know what to call it. Super for real, or, like, this is how it was, and I'm usually a goof, and I usually like to make fun of shit, just to kind of cope with a lot of things, and that's typically what I do, but I didn't do that this time. It was a little weird, but we did it. We got through it. We got through it, everybody. I will say, if you're gonna make fun of me, okay, like for real, if you're going to DM me and try to make fun of me, just don't, okay? Ain't nobody got time for it, so. If you got time to make fun of somebody, that means you got issues in your life. And you need Jesus, possibly. Okay, we got the blue one. We got one more after this, and then we are done. I'm trying, Glam. I mean, I think for me, I guess I could have gotten them all done, but in one shot, but kind of, if I put my body through all that, I'm hurting only myself. You know what I'm saying? So we will just have to get used to having episodes. You know? But yes, somebody was not happy with my video yesterday. And so they're not going to be happy with this one. That's okay. Like I said, I can't please everybody, right? Not that I want to either. Ooh, beautiful. Nice. That's really good. The blue is actually nice. I thought I was going to have to add more color to that, but... Okay, we have to get that excess out of there. Nice. I'm doing a total of 120. Just so they're, like, even. Wait, this one went here, didn't it? Yeah, this is the middle. I just realized we had two purple nails the same. But, dude, you guys are troopers, and I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me for the ending of this set, and what it looks like and just going through the entire story process, and you know what I mean? Appreciate it. Maybe I'll tell some funny stories in the future. Like some actual funny stories. Hi! It is. It's very shiny, ain't it? It's super shiny. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. We did it! Hi, is it 0? It's very shiny. Very, very shiny. What time is it, guys? How many more minutes we got? Hi, Samira. Hi, Zoe. 8:45. We got 15 minutes. Okay. Alright. I'm going to put them on with these. Should I put them on? I'm trying to think if I should put them on or not, guys. I'm going to put them on when they're completely freaking done. Thank you. They were, which one? This one? That one was made for me. Look, here's the difference between if you do underneath. I don't know if you can actually tell exactly, but you can't really tell. There is a difference though, whether you do it underneath or not. But I feel like we need to keep them, like, we need to put all of our shit on. Oops. Look at that. That's all 10 nails. Done. Ski. Well, they're not done, but I think they would look even better if we put a bunch of this on there, you guys. Because I feel like all of this is going to make it that much more, you know me, I can't just do that and then not put anything on there, you know. It's just one of them things where, and I thought about doing a spinning moon. I was going to, on this one right here, I was going to do a little spinny moon. Just because it matches this, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? You like that? So we got to do a spinning moon. Because I have had this in a slime kit forever. So yeah, I'll put them on and put it all on tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to burp in your face. Gosh. Okay, we'll do that then. We will add all of these. I will put all of these on. Look, let's just see what they look like. Woo! Ooh. Oh my god, they're so long. Holy shnikes, that's what they're going to look like. However, they're going to be blinged the hell out. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, let me show you guys these up close because I want to show you the glow. This is what they look like up close. Okay, we'll do another session. Y'all better be here for it. It is tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow, but it'll have to be early tomorrow. It'll probably have to be like 11 o'clock. What do you guys think? Alright, I'm going to put my hand in here and turn off my lights. Turning off the lights. Okay, ready? Look how freaking bright! Ah! It doesn't want to focus, but I love this one right here. Even though we didn't put no green in there, we still got that rainbow look in that part, so. Okay, I'll make it early, 11 a.m. everybody. 11 a.m. my time. So those are the glow nails, everybody. All right, you guys got it. We will do an entire sesh. Look at all this. We'll do the spinner. We'll do all of the bright stuff. I'm excited. All right, everybody, make sure you go to Glam Dragon Nails if you want to see some amazing products and just hang out and chill. Thank you so much for being here with me, all 54 of you guys. Make sure you guys like this live as well. Comment below. Commenting always helps hype it up, whatever is there. If you felt that you got something out of this live, part 1, part 2, part 3, this is part 4. Now we're going to have a part 5. Holy shit! That means your ass needs to get up, cola. Yes, ma'am. Mine too. But we got this. We got this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. I love each and every single one of you guys. Those are the freaking nails, and I love them too. And thank you for being with me and helping me with my aw, thanks, Nurse Katie. Thanks, everybody. I love you guys. Thanks, Mabel. Thanks, Glam. Thanks, everybody who helped in chat as well. J-Rob, everybody. Thanks, Tosh. Love you guys. Love, love, love you. Hop over to Glam Dragon Nails. She just posted it in chat. Go check her out. Subscribe. All the wonderful things. And hugs, kisses. Remember, y'all got this. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. EST time. Toodaloo. Love you. Bye.